Coming up on K-Nation, we've got plenty of hoops action to discuss from the past week, from overtime thrillers to comebacks that fell just short.
Plus, we've talked who's transferring out. Now hear about the newest faces making their way into Lawrence and Manhattan for the upcoming football season.
And exclusive one-on-one interviews with K-State women's basketball Jordan Spicer and KU women's hoops Lily Meister. Welcome into K-Nation. I'm Colin Plitt alongside Sydney Clark.
We've got plenty to talk about today. We're going to start on the court with plenty of hoops action from the week for both the Jayhawks and the Wildcats.
And it was a wild week, Sid. All right, we're going to start in Lawrence with arguably the craziest game of the week. Not just the teams we covered, I would say in general
of
college
the week.
Basketball. The KU men hosted TCU on Tuesday night. A TCU team that took down number 10 Florida earlier on in the year. Now, the Jayhawks led 41-36 at the half until the Horned Frogs built a 16-point lead midway through the second and a 15-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go. The Jayhawks, though, 20-5 run in the final 4.5 to tie the game and send to OT. It was a tight final period to play, but KU never trailed, grabbing a 104-100 win. Darren Peterson, who played 32 minutes, had a team-high leading 32 points. Trey White and Melvin Council Jr. followed with 22 and 18 points, respectively.
And then following that, come from behind overtime against TCU, the number 22 Kansas Jayhawks were back on the hardwood yesterday in Morgantown, looking for a road victory against West Virginia. KU led 43-39 at halftime behind freshman star Darren Peterson, who would finish with a team high of 23 points. The Hawks led 59-51 near the 16-minute mark in that second when West Virginia would start to erupt. A 16-0 scoring one that flipped the game completely upside down and led to an 86-75 win over the Jayhawks. West V held KU to 32 second-half points. KU head coach Bill Self, his team quickly needs to turn things around.
We suck right now, but it's right now. You know, everybody goes through ebbs and flows in a season. I mean, the last 3 games we haven't played well. We got to flip it because the thing about it is when the three teams that we played thus far, you know, the common denominator with that is they've all played really well.
The Jayhawks will need a big spark come Tuesday night back at Allen Fieldhouse when they host number 3 undefeated Iowa State. So talk about the highest of highs on Tuesday to a pretty low on Saturday.
It's not ideal time for KU, but we'll talk about more of them in a little bit. Well, not easy times for K-State either this week, going against on the road Wednesday night, taking on the number 1 team in the country, the undefeated Arizona Wildcats. Listen, Sid, there's a reason Arizona's number 1, and it showed. They shot nearly 50% from the field to a 101-76 win over K-State. Entering the start of Big 12 play, K-State was tasked with taking on back-to-back top 10 opponents, with the first loss coming to BYU. The Arizona defense held PJ Haggerty to 19 points on part 1 of their desert road trip. Nate Johnson had 15 on the night.
And the Cats kept things in the desert as the K-State men's team were in action yesterday, taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils, eyeing its first conference win of the season. And if you like high-scoring games, well, this one had it. K-State put up 46 in that second half, but Arizona State put up 51. Now, as the Sun Devils handed K-State its 3rd straight loss, 87-84, Arizona State is the worst rebounding team in the conference and out-rebounded the Wildcats 48-34. PJ Haggerty led all scorers with 25 points in that loss. Here's head coach Jerome Tang on the effort he wants to see from his team.
You want you guys to be competing at the highest level on every possession, and when we don't, you know, we don't have a large enough margin for error to do that. Like, our margin for error is very small, and we need all of our guys playing well. We can't have 2 guys play well one night and get goose eggs from other guys.
Going into like the Big 12, we always mention how physical it is, and so I think we didn't emphasize, or I didn't tell my teammates enough about emphasizing not playing physical with your hands, but more with your body.
Well, Sid, let's talk about these 2 teams. Is it time to hit the panic button? We'll start K-State, KU. What do you see?
I don't know. If you're K-State, I feel like you've been panicking a little bit.
You're
Haven't won a game in conference play. They went on that 4-game skid late in 2025. But if you look at KU, they just got Darren Peterson back for 2 full games. We haven't seen that yet. And so if you're KU, Bill Self mentioned it. These teams are playing well. It's not that KU is playing bad necessarily. They're playing well against top great teams, but that's what the Big 12 Conference is, and you're going to have to compete the rest of the way if you want a spot in that tournament. I
fully agree. K-State especially 0-3 in conference. You got to quickly turn that around if you even want to have a glimpse of the tournament. And KU, I feel like, is in an interesting scenario. If their name wasn't Kansas, you're not panicking if you're 1-2 in conference. But because they're that blue blood that we keep on that pedestal, of course, Jayhawk fans want instant results. Well, they're going to have a chance come Tuesday night going against top 3 Iowa State.
And then what's a March without KU basketball in that respect as well? And for K-State, they're fighting for a spot back into the tournament that they haven't seen in a while. And you got PJ Haggerty on your roster, so hopefully he can help turn things around for them. But after quite an eventful win Thursday night for KU men's basketball, the women's team was back in the fog less than 24 hours later. Similar to Tuesday's game, this one would come down to the final few seconds, but not in the Hawks' favor as the Jayhawks lost in a thriller 62-59. Elle Evans put things within 3 with less than 40 seconds to go. Then Samaya Nichols looking to tie the game with that 3. She misses, and that would seal the win for the Utes. A tough defensive game for the Hawks as they were out rebounded by 12 on the floor. Here's head coach Brandon Schneider following that loss.
I'm not saying this is who we are, but it was who we are tonight, and we were soft and uncoachable. You can't get out rebounded by 12. That's soft. And then you can't give up 8 threes in a half because you don't communicate, on switches or things that weren't even screens. It's not who I think we are as a team, but it's who we were tonight.
I think that with this game, we're going to be able to learn a lot about ourselves, and I'm glad this game is happening now versus in a couple months. But yeah, there's a lot to take away from this game.
Keeping it with the Jayhawks. Earlier today, they took on the number 16 Baylor Lady Bears down in Waco. And Bears held the Hawks to just 9 points in the first quarter. Baylor led 65-43 heading into the fourth and final quarter. And they would eventually cruise 79-64 to the win. Julia Davis continued to show out for Kansas with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and a pair of assists. Lily Meister, who we'll hear from just in a little bit, had a double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds.
And switching to the Cats now, K-State women's basketball was back Wednesday night taking on the Houston Cougars on the road. The Wildcats looking for its second conference win of the season as the Cougars looked for its first. Despite the Cats trailing by 11 at the end of the half, K-State would pull away with the 71-62 win, a much-needed win for the Cats. Close to half of those 71 points came from the senior Tess Heel with 31. She hasn't put up a 30-plus performance since her sophomore year at Santa Clara. The next best shooter for the Cats was Nastia Claessens with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Cats scored 42 points of that off the bench and shot 40% on the night.
The Cats were then back at it last night, taking on the Utah Utes in Bramlage. Utah led by 12 out of the half, 41-29. The Cats struggling to respond in the third. Utes go on a 17-2 scoring run, jumping to a 23-point lead. But the Chaos truly didn't start until the fourth. Cats down 19, going on a 21-5 run thanks to little sparks here. Nice little 2-man play. This game was just within 4 points, about 3 minutes remaining. The Utes would regain control, however, and end the Cats' comeback efforts as K-State falls to Utah 80-73. Head coach Jeb Mitty says he hopes his team can build off their fourth quarter fight.
One, we raised our level up. You saw us dive on the floor, play the game the right way. It's equally as frustrating to say, what would have happened if that would have been our start today? If that would have been our start, if that's how we would have started this game, diving on the floor, creating chaos, playing better together, if that would have been our start, would this game have been different?
And that fourth quarter fight truly was the K-State squad you want to see the entire season. Now, Cole, the question is to you this time, is it time to hit the panic button for K-State women's basketball and KU women's basketball?
I'll start with KU. It's time to hit the panic button. They go to 1-4 in conference, and the reason I say this is they have such a talented team. Yes,
roster.
I know they're a little younger. Of course, their best player is Julia Davis. She's now seen, I believe, either her 6th or 7th game of the season, coming back from that injury in November, but she's still trying to figure it out and trying to get her legs under her. They're not quite as a team yet, seeing how she can fully be into that lineup. For K-State, a little different. Of course, they came off a Sweet 16 appearance a season ago. However, that was a veteran-heavy squad. A lot more younger this year, a lot more fast play, and a little more physical, but I still don't think they had high expectations. So yes, they sit 2-2 in conference play, and like we saw in that game against Utah yesterday, if they want, they can turn on when they need to. It's just whether they can flick it. But KU definitely needs to wake up a little bit. The talent is too good to be sitting at 1-4 in the Big 12.
And you mentioned it. That is a talented roster. You got Samaya Nichols with Jalea Davis. You also got some key returners from last year's squad. And so seeing kind of the disappointing early season they've had right now in Big 12 Conference is a little bit concerning. But then with K-State, looking at that young roster that Mitty has continually stressed about having a young squad this season, you've got players like Tess Heel, Jordan Spicer, we'll hear from a little bit later on, Nastia Claysons. You know, you've gotten a talented roster there as well that just needs to get their momentum going. But if you saw that K-State squad in that fourth quarter, that's the squad you want to see all season long.
And hey, when you're competing in the Big 12, I mean, anything can happen. It's such a deep conference, one of the best for a reason. So be interested to see how the second half of the conference season
Anyone
unfolds.
can flip the switch at any point.
Oh yeah. Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started. Coming up later on K-Nation, we've got 2 exclusive one-on-ones with K-State and KU women's basketball.
But first, we've got all the updates you need on the newest faces for KU and K-State football next season. That's coming up right after this.
Dillon's always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
For over 38 years, our law firm has called Kansas home. If your child has suffered a birth injury, you need an experienced team on your side. Contact us today for a free consultation and let Prochaska Howell Prochaska be your birth injury team.
At Noller Ford Service, we keep your vehicle running at its best. Get a $149 diagnostic plus free tire rotation and multi-point inspection with any repair. Save 10% on additional repair recommendations. Military and first responders enjoy 5% off only at Noller Ford Service.
At Denali Home Design, we're proud to partner with our in-house flooring experts.
Skilled Saws delivers unmatched craftsmanship and precision in hardwood flooring.
Choose Denali Home Design and Skilled Saws, where local expertise
meets exceptional service.
Tempur-Pedic designed the Ergo Pro Smart Base to help you fall asleep more easily. It's the only smart base that features our exclusive soundscape mode that synchronizes a gentle massage with relaxing sounds to help you drift peacefully off to sleep.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 72 months no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Car, truck, and motorcycle wrecks don't just happen during the day. They can happen late at night or on the weekends. Call Patterson Legal Group 24/7 to start getting the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check? Call 431-0000.
This week at Dillon's, the more you buy, the more you save. And there are hundreds of participating items to choose from. Simply mix and match 5 or more of the participating items and you'll save $1 each with your card. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to K-Nation. I'm Cole Input alongside Sydney Clark.
We're going to kick things off with some of the standouts joining the Wildcats in the Manhattan for the 2026 season. The transfer pool has been pretty active. Coy Beasley saw action in all regular season games, the MAC Championship and the Arizona Bowl, recording 40 total tackles, 21 total, and 1 interception. Caleb Patterson had 15 tackles in 9 games, 12 solo, and a fumble recovery.
Meanwhile, Jaden Bryant from Coastal Carolina had 16 tackles and 4.5 tackles for loss in 13 games, along with 2 sacks. Joshua Manning, who was recruited alongside Avery Johnson in 2023, had 29 receptions for 318 yards with 2 touchdowns this past season. And finally, Jason Prevard had 24 total tackles and 3 interceptions this year, including 2 in Virginia's 46-38 double OT win over Florida State in September.
I'm excited to see that Manning-Johnson duo there. I'm sure they're glad to have him
Wildcats
back
fans
in the
are excited
Manhattan.
for that.
Yep, that old picture you see them from the recruiting class is pretty sick. A pretty good haul for the Cats though, but let's take a look at who the Hawks got now. Trayvon McClain had 35 total tackles, 21 solo, and a sack on the season, along with the fumble recovery. David Santiago had 24 tackles in 12 games with 1/2 sacks. He also had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. Yasan Willis had 129 carries for 558 yards and 4 touchdowns this season, along with 9 receptions for 42 yards on the ground.
Jabril Alameen had 56 tackles this season, including 5.5 for loss and 3 sacks. Finally, Carter Moss had 27 receptions for 338 yards and 3 touchdowns. For the complete and updated list of new faces in Manhattan and Lawrence, go to our website, KSNT.com. We'll continue updating that as we try to familiarize ourselves with the roster as well.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy, fast few weeks.
Well, stick around. Coming up after the break, I caught up with Kansas's Lily Meister. We talk her transition from Bloomington to Lawrence and what it's like playing in Allen Fieldhouse. Well, that exclusive interview right after the break.
Play It Again Sports is your home for team uniforms and custom gear. We offer graphic support, free team fittings, 10% off on fitting nights, and coach discounts all year long. Ask about our team fundraising opportunities. We've got you covered at Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Ready to blitz your home improvement projects? At Messler Roofing, Siding, and Windows, we are here to help you tackle your home upgrades. Call us today and get started on your winning game plan.
I'm Ken Briggs with Briggs Auto Group. Skip the hassle and save money. Come see us first on your next used car. With one of the biggest selections in Kansas, trust and transparency matters here. And at Briggs, our customers are always number one.
The moment the truck hits you is seared in your mind. But actually, your crash may have started hours, days,
even months earlier, in the office that put a poorly trained driver on the road, and the truck facility where they missed vital safety checks,
the rest stop where the trucker failed to get the required sleep.
These factors and others may have caused your crash. Call Devon James.
And we'll uncover the truth. We're your on-the-scene big truck team. 888-8888.
Noller Auto Group is proud to partner with Helping Hands Humane Society this January to support animals in need during the winter months.
Cold weather and post-holiday slowdown create a capacity crisis at our local shelter, but you can help make a difference.
Now through January 31st, Noller Auto Group will match every donation made on the shelter's Facebook page.
You can provide care, comfort, and hope for animals waiting on their chance in a loving home.
Join us in supporting the future they deserve.
National Geographic Society celebrates all of its global explorers who are inspiring us to protect marine species, like penguins.
Welcome back to K-Nation. I'm Colin Putt alongside Sydney Clark. Check out my exclusive one-on-one interview with Kansas Women's Hoops' Lily Meister. Thank you so much, Lily Meister, joining us on K-Nation. Lily, the season, obviously getting going. Conference play is just well underway. What's it been like for you guys so far, turning the page into 2026?
Yeah, we started off the season with a couple really good teams of the Big 12. We came up short, but I'm proud of how we played. Got our first conference win against UCF. We played great. I think we're on a good path. We know what we need to work on, and we also know what we're really good at, so I think we're in a really good spot.
Does it feel weird that conference play has already begun? Do you feel like you're like, oh man, I've been waiting for it? Do you feel like it's kind of come too quickly? How do you guys feel about it?
A little bit of both. I think, non-conference games get a little, not boring, but just, you want more competition and you really want to play the conference games, but now that it's actually here, I can't believe it's actually here. It's just flown by so fast.
Just getting into the thick of things. All right, now we're really down to business. Getting that first conference win against UCF, obviously a career high for you. What's it been like for you, just getting things going, gelling on the court since really, your time coming over to Lawrence?
It really wasn't a hard adjustment at all. One of the reasons I came here was how they play basketball, and playing double big is one of my favorite ways to play. So I don't think playing was anything I really had to adjust to. I think it was mainly just the impact of me on the court and what I can do in scoring is something I'm definitely still getting used to, and I definitely need to get better with that. But yeah, it really wasn't a hard transition for me at all, and I hope it doesn't look like it was.
And I feel like it definitely helps with the jerseys as well. It's hard to look bad in those baby blues out there on the court. Nice to rock those a little bit. What's it been like for you playing in front of this home crowd? You get to hear about it playing in the legendary Allen Fieldhouse. What has that been like for you this season?
It's so cool. Being able to call Allen Fieldhouse home is unbelievable. And we've had a great crowd, obviously, with conference play starting up. It's been better and better, and it's just so much fun. I honestly don't notice it too much, the actual crowd when I'm playing, but being on James Naismith Court is pretty insane.
first time you come out for late night in the fog? Is that when you have like that moment, like, okay, like, yeah, this is it. Here, this is what everyone's been talking about, and then you kind of settle in now?
A little bit, yeah. I think I got a glimpse of it. I had like an individual workout in the summer in there, and it was my first time shooting in there, and I'm like, this is insane. Like, I'm literally in Allen Fieldhouse right now just shooting. It's such a blessing, honestly.
Lily, early in conference play, obviously, you guys are still dealing with a couple injuries here and there. For the Jayhawks, where do you guys feel like you are at your best on the court? Is it kind of running it, pushing the tempo? Is it slowing it down, playing it down low? Where do you guys feel like you really thrive?
I think a little bit of both. It definitely depends on who we're playing. I think our transition game is really well. We have, like you said, Julia can run the floor really well. I know I can run the floor, and our guards are looking to pass it up. But then we're also really well executing our plays. Coach Brandon's not going to drop any plays that aren't going to work. So we're really good at executing and knowing what we're looking for. So I think it depends on who you're playing, but a little bit of both.
Not to get too much into coach talk, but what's something maybe you want to see so far more that you guys haven't been able to see in conference play thus far?
Honestly, I think playing in transition more. I think obviously Big 12 teams are really good in transition defense. And I think we can get more runouts, but I think just playing a little bit faster than what we are.
Mm-hmm. And just what's it been like? I know obviously it's just the lone season here, but how much have you enjoyed your time, whether that's been on the basketball court, off the court as well, just obviously transitioning from Bloomington to Lawrence?
I love it. I love everything about it. My teammates are some of the best people I've ever been around, and the coaches are great. The environment is so healthy, and just it's so fun to be around. And I think, I was so comfortable my first day on campus, and I think that's just so special. So I'm very, very thankful to be here, and I've loved every bit of it. I mean, I'm really excited. I know we have a lot of good teams ahead of us. Like you said, we're literally just getting started, but we have so much ahead of us, and I'm very, very excited to play these different teams, especially, play K-State. Yeah, we have a really good season ahead of us, I think.
Big 12 is such a tough conference. Mm-hmm. How much do you guys embrace that each and every day? It's going to be a challenge no matter who you guys are drawing up against.
It is, and I think it's such a privilege to play in a conference as good as the Big 12. Like you said, there's not any game you can't take for granted. The best teams in the country are some of the best teams, or best teams in the Big 12 are some of the best teams in the country. And that's something that you should be really grateful for. I mean, you get that great competition every single game, which means you're going to get better every single game, win or loss.
Definitely a great addition to the KU roster this season. Coming up after the break on K-Nation, I sat down with K-State freshman Jordan Spicer after her first season in the Little Apple, competing in the Big 12, and her role on the court.
Midwest Concrete Materials, a fourth-generation family-owned company proudly serving Northeast Kansas. Built on a reputation of quality and service since 1927. We're growing fast and hiring. Whether you're experienced or just getting started, apply today at mcm.work.
Our sales force are very good at trying to work and listen with the customers. We try to talk about 2 ears and 1 mouth, listen to what the customer wants, and then give them what they're looking for.
Learn more about the beauty, affordability, and reliability of Pella windows and doors.
Beer at its best is a reflection of a golden field of barley. The story of beer is a story of farmers and brewers who create beer naturally. The proof of the pint is in the drinking. Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, 37th in Kansas.
At Midland Exteriors, we hear it all the time. We should have gone with fiberglass windows, not vinyl. Vinyl expands and contracts with changing temperatures, creating air gaps and leaks. Choose superior fiberglass windows from the start. Call today for a free quote and save 10%.
At Success Vision, I got my eye exam next door and my glasses the same day.
Of course, I love my glasses, but I also care about the long-term health of my eyes.
One of the reasons I go to Success Vision is for the doctor next door.
Probably the most thorough exam I've ever had.
They're super detail-oriented. They have all the fancy modern equipment.
With the doctor next door, it's far beyond just getting a glasses prescription.
Their pricing is really fair, and the doctor next door is great.
For $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
Car, truck, and motorcycle wrecks don't just happen during the day. They can happen late at night or on the weekends. Call Patterson Legal Group 24/7 to start getting the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Call 431-0000.
Next live, Laura Dern and Aaron Tveit, plus health tips with physician Ashley Alker.
Mark is monitoring his heart.
42 beats per minute. No, it's 94.
Monday at 11 on 27 KSNT.
Welcome back into K-Nation. I'm Sydney Clark alongside Cole Implett. Here's my exclusive one-on-one with K-State women's basketball's Jordan Spicer. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us today here on K-Nation. Freshman here at K-State, I kind of want to take things back a little bit to when you committed to the Wildcats. Kind of what was that process? People always say when you know, and I feel like you had that moment. So just kind of explain that moment to me.
Like you said, it was definitely when you know, It was a very hectic process. And I was not really just done with the process, but I knew where I wanted to be. So I sort of just canceled the rest of my visits and decided to come here and tell Coach Mitty that I was committing.
Kind of an early start to Big 12 Conference here, kind of split right now, but just what have you experienced so far out of the conference and the expectation level of that and the competition level as well?
It's physical. When people would say, like, Big 12 is physical, I was like, okay, like, it's basketball. But no, it's physical. And yeah, it's fast-paced, obviously. Still adjusting to that. But it's been fun. Just trying to win as much as we can, and yeah, having fun while we're doing it.
And you're a sharpshooter. You're one of the leading scorers on this roster right now, and kind of a young roster in that fact as well. How special is it to kind of think of that freshman class that you're on to help? I can be a part of this group for 4 years and build all the way. How special is it to have that bond with that freshman class?
It's very special. We talk about it all the time. Like, we're together. We have a very good bond, especially like Gina came in later, which she fit in perfectly, but me and Naya and Brandy, like, we're really close. We're all roommates, and yeah, we definitely have a bond on and off the court, and it just helps chemistry wise, being that we're all new. We definitely, like, I feel like play well together and are just able to know each other really well.
Any veteran that's kind of sticking out to you as kind of like your leader, your mentor on the team?
Taryn. She's just there all the time. She's always encouraging me to work harder, get in the gym more. She was like, she'll call me, hey, like, let's go shoot, or anything like that. But yeah, she's always just encouraging me to, hey, like, bad game, like, it's fine, get in the gym, like, we're gonna get the next one. So yeah, she's always there, the positive mentor I need.
And you've played at different levels when it comes to the basketball world. McDonald's All-American, you're a Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year. Now you're on the collegiate level. What has been the difference of playing on those different levels, maybe prepare you for basketball in the college level, just also in the Big 12 Conference?
On those levels, you're playing against the best of the best. So you're sort of getting the same in college. Like, in college, there's no games off. Like, everyone's good. And we found that out the hard way. But it's been an experience for sure, and I'm glad that I've had those experiences before college to prepare me for this.
Any favorite game you've had so far? You've had a few breakout ones, but any match that sticks out to you?
I've loved all the games, but obviously, like, personally, the Ole Miss game was a pretty fun game. It was a great team win, and yeah, I played pretty well that game.
And then how good was that game for your confidence as, like, a young freshman here a few weeks into the season there?
It was a great game for my confidence. Obviously, they were ranked. Cody McMahon, a great basketball player, and to get that win and to perform pretty well, it was a very big confidence boost.
You mentioned a lot of things that are special about this group, but what's special about the identity of this team this year?
We faced a lot of adversity already, and we're definitely going to continue to. But we keep on growing from it, I think. We're just going to continue. We're a young group, so experiencing this early in our career and having to go through all this, I feel like is on the upside, is going to make us better for it. But just being able to grow together, go through these hardships, and just become better from it.
And in that adversity, still early on in the season pretty much here when it comes to conference play, what's been your role on the team that you feel like when it comes to that as well?
Obviously, offensively, like, I've shot a lot of threes.
You're a sharpshooter, you could say.
Yeah. They didn't fall early, but I'm starting to feel it a little bit more, so hopefully I see a lot more go in to come in the season, but really just trying to improve my rebounding. We need more rebounds, and Coach Mitty has really talked to me about that, and just playing my role, whatever my team needs me to do that game, just trying to do it the best I can.
Good to hear from Jordan on the season thus far. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, Clay Sherwood, Swims and Sweeps. I'm here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs at Cute. We have Hearthstone wood-burning stoves and fireplaces. We have electric fireplaces. So let Swims and Sweeps keep you warm this winter.
All right, Team USA, listen up. Whoa, I just got chills. You guys feel that? It's an honor to speak to you all before you head off to the Olympics. You're going to Milan to bring home the biggest prize of all.
Canadian Tears.
Yeah. Exactly. Wait, what? What did Canada do?
Stuff.
but they're usually so polite.
Not anymore.
Really? No. Are we sure we can't just hug it out? No. Go get them, boys.
When everything's on the line, real heroes rise to the occasion. Or die trying.
We're firefighters. We're gonna find a way to get you out of here.
We take the hits together.
We're on the same team.
I'm right here with you, no matter what.
I would never leave you hanging in the deep end.
This place is a way of giving you new family.
Sundays at 11:30 on 27 KSNT.
I grew up in Miami, Florida, and I've always been drawn to the stories that shape people's lives. I moved to Topeka to chase my dream of becoming a political journalist, starting from the ground up at the Capitol and working my way into the anchor chair. What got me into news was a deep desire to understand people and what challenges they face. I want to be the kind of journalist who listens first and reports with heart and integrity. For me, it's not just about breaking news. It's about building trust and telling the truth. Because at the end of the day, these stories are about real people, and I'm honored to share them with you on 27 News, working for you.
Thanks so much for watching K Nation.
Have a great night. We'll see you next week.